everybody, and welcome back to my Lunch and Learn series. I'm Helen Panos, for those of you that don't know me yet, and we've been doing these Lunch and Learns since May, middle May. I can't believe it's almost been 2 months. And we've got 2 more months to go because I do them till the end of September. Can you believe it, Angie?
No,
I kind of get a little worn out there at the middle of September, but they're all great and they're worth it. But I am Helen Panos, Dynamis Learning, K through 12 tutoring, SAT, ACT prep company, and we do SSAT. We also do advocacy, so we help advocate for your child through the school system. And the latest offering we have is executive functioning. That's one of our most popular now, it seems. So we are doing 6th through 12th graders in executive functioning skills and adults. And my coach is terrific. She uses the Myers-Briggs as well. And we're like head speed. We've been doing some spring lunch and learns, and she was on in June. So you can catch those on my YouTube or my Dynamis page. And, a lot of people have some of the most common executive functioning skills, such as task initiation, prioritizing and planning, and organizing. So, hey, that kind of goes into what you're about to talk about, Angie.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Angie is my guest today. Welcome, Angie, to the show.
Thanks so much for having me on. I'm excited.
And I want to have you introduce yourself. I know you're the CEO of the Parent Toolbox.
Yeah. So I'm Angie Weber. I am, the CEO and owner of the Parent Toolbox. I'm a parent coach and also the creator of the Calm Family Planner. It is based off my calm approach to parenting that I created and use to support parents one-on-one to create more communication, connection, and calm in their homes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who doesn't need a planner? I have mine somewhere around here, right nearby. It's like my Bible. And I'm glad we're going to talk about, this whole thing about the conversation your family didn't know it needed. But we will get into the planner here at the end as well. So stay tuned, and there'll be a link for you all to possibly get that with a nice discount code that Angie has offered us. So, Angie, why is miscommunication so common in families?
Yeah, well, I think a lot, probably you and I, Helen, but also a lot of your viewers probably remember playing the telephone game in elementary school. So it started out at one side of the room. By the time it got to the other, the message was so discombobulated. Everyone would erupt in laughter, and super funny in elementary school. It's not that funny when it happens in our homes. And unfortunately, it happens a lot. So most of the time in families, we have one, maybe both parents, but for a majority of people, it's usually the mom who is the maid, the cook, the schedule keeper, the reminder, the taskmaster. She does a lot. And that means we are already so overloaded and at high capacity between all of the hats that we're wearing that we just either think we tell our family stuff and then they're like, whoa, you never told me that, or it gets lost in translation because so often we're running from one thing to another that we're not intentionally having conversations with our family, and family time is typically very sporadic instead of scheduled and intentional. So that's why miscommunication happens, is that we as parents try hold so much of it to ourselves, thinking that we have to do everything, that we end up miscommunicating, and then that ends up breaking down not just the communication, it adds to frustration, and it breaks down connection within homes.
Yeah, families are definitely busy and they're running around. I agree with you there. It's like, I think you do have to have like scheduled times to talk, which we're going to get into in a few minutes. So what do you say to parents who think having a family meeting is just another to-do that they have to add to their list?
Yeah, well, as you kind of already mentioned, you're like, we do these till the end of September. I can't believe that it's already July right now. Like, not just our summers, but it seems like as we continue to age, it's just time goes by so fast. And again, we usually let our schedules run us versus us running our schedules. And so typically when people hear family meetings, it's funny, actually, my husband was talking with our neighbors last night and he said, I remember my family meetings when I was little, and it was usually my mom and stepdad kind of, getting on me and my brother's case about not doing stuff, or, just kind of reprimanding us. And that is not what family meetings are for. Some parents can think, wait a minute, I already have meetings all the time for, my work. Why would I want to do that in my home? But it's not just another to do. And I intentionally did a planner that was a physical paper planner. There are so many apps out there and different systems you can use, but when is the last time that you shut down all of the noise around you, you gathered as a family and really had that intentional conversation so everyone could get on the same page? So it's not just another to do, it's actually something that you should look forward to, and your family starts looking forward to it as well, because it's an intentional time to communicate and really strengthen those bonds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of my fathers in Dynamis Learning do this. Because they travel, for instance, Monday through Friday a lot. And not to say the women are not traveling in this day and time too. It may be flip flop.
Yeah.
Maybe the dad's staying home with the kids, but it typically into this day, it's still the male is traveling, and then he's kind of disconnected. I kind of know this from my own husband who travels some. And if we had children, I'd say, yeah. I mean, how's he ever? He barely has time to talk to me during the week. It's like into the evening, and it's kind of quick, and then he's tired and goes to sleep, right? Yeah. So if I had children, we had children, it's like, when would I catch him up, really? Yeah. A little bit on the phone while he's out of town, but he's really focused on his job, rightfully so. And, now they fly in Friday night. They're probably tired. So now it's just Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday and Sundays are usually packed doing things already. So yeah, if you don't intentionally, I know my dads have meetings, especially the ones that are like corporate style guys that they want to know, hey, what happened this week at school? Anybody bothering you? Do you need tutoring? Do you need something else? So how's the guy life? Dating life?
I think we've all had those meetings in our professions where we're like, this could have been an email. So these these meetings are not meant to be like super structured and like very, hardcore and super long. They literally should only take you 15 minutes a week. And so again, just being very intentional about having that 15 minutes so it doesn't go by the weekend and be like, oh, I didn't even really get to talk to my kids. I don't know what's going on. And now here I'm on a plane, flying to a different state or country for the rest of the week. And I didn't get that time with them.
Mm-hmm. How do you think, if let's say they are out of the country, I guess the best way to do the meeting would be then Zoom, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Continue the habit of doing it. If it's on a Sunday, let's say.
Yes. And it is all about consistency. And I love to tell my parents in any aspect that I work with them, whether it's family meetings or, instilling some of these new foundational tools and strategies. It's not about perfection. It's about empowerment. And again, I intentionally do not have the planners dated because I know that real life happens. And there might be a week that you miss a family meeting. And how many times in planners have we been so excited to use them and then we miss a week and we're like, oh, no, I can't even use it because it has a date on there. And now I just wasted this. So if families miss a week, they can continue on where they left off and not feel like they're sacrificing any of the content.
Yep. I agree. So what's the real impact then on a family? Let's say, I guess you've seen this, right?
Yeah.
Families that are not doing these meetings. I would think it looks kind of a little chaotic, right? Versus ones that are doing it. Like, what's the real strong impact, would you say, to those doing like 15-minute meetings?
Yeah. So I've seen this in my own family, and families that have already started using the planner have shared with me as well. Before it was the chaos, like we're just kind of winging it all the time. All of a sudden it's the end of the month and what really happened, or we feel burnt out at the end of the weekends because we just jammed packed it and we didn't realize how much we committed to. So instilling this, the impact, literally I've talked to parents. One mom that I talked to a couple weeks ago, when we started on our call, she said, "You are literally changing my life." And I was like, wait, me? Who? Me? What? And she goes, "We have only done 2 meetings and I can already feel such a shift." I talked to another mom the other day and she said, "Oh my gosh, look what we did. We just had our first meeting." And the next day she goes, "I already feel like there's such a big change after 24 hours because we feel like a team. We're all committed to this." And her son actually was the one who said the next day, "Remember, Mama, we have a plan now." So it just relieves the stress off of either one or both of the parents and makes it feel like a family family time, teamwork that's coming together versus, again, us just trying to hold on to all the balls that we're trying to juggle. And then, again, not communicating correctly with our family.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of scheduling going on these days with kids,
Yeah.
especially if you have more than one.
Yeah. And between school coming up and sports and, birthday parties and family events, and we can overpack our schedule a lot. And then again, we look back at it and we say, oh my gosh, what happened to this month or what happened to this week? And so part of the family meetings that are guided is looking ahead so that you can see how busy is our schedule, so we can be more intentional about saying yes and no to things, so we make sure we're getting that family quality time in versus being in the car nonstop running from one thing to the other.
Yeah. I mean, I see it all the time in our families and tutoring. I mean, that's probably why they end up having to go with executive functioning coaching, actually. What if the parents are for the meetings, but they are afraid that the kids will be resistant to them?
Yeah, very common. And when we do anything new in our family, it's not uncommon to have them have a little bit of resistance of being like, well, wait a minute, what does this mean? Again, are the kids thinking, am I just going to be told like everything that I'm doing wrong? Like, they don't really understand it. And again, I talked to a mom the other day and she's like, I've had the planner, I've carried it around with me, and I just haven't started it yet. How do I do that? And I said, you just start and give your
Yeah.
family some grace at the beginning, because that maybe your kids, maybe they're on the younger side and they will get a little bit antsier. Maybe your first meeting is 10 minutes instead of 15 minutes, but you have to start somewhere. So just getting started is the key. And honestly, kids feel so empowered during these meetings because there's conversation questions, there's meal planning that they're involved in, there's really understanding, the teamwork in the house as far as tasks go. So all of a sudden, it's not a meeting where mom and dad are just talking to them. It's a place for everyone to have their voice and to share, their ideas. There's a different conversation question every week, and there's a different family challenge every week that they can, again, build more of that communication and connection with. And I see it all the time. Typically, it's the kids who keep us on track better. It's the one saying, hey, when are we going to do the family meeting, mom or dad? Because us as adults, again, we get worn out, we get tired, we get bombarded with everything else going on in our lives. And it's actually the kids who end up start saying, hey, it's Sunday, it's time for a family meeting.
Yeah, I bet they probably do. Say,
Yep.
hey, don't forget, Mom, aren't we doing that meeting this evening? Or they want to know because they want to go out with their friends or something like that, right? And they were
Well,
like,
and
hey.
it's usually my daughter, honestly, in our family now too, who's like, hey, mom, we got to do our family meeting. So we did it outside the other night on our patio before we ate dinner. And, it's great when our kids can keep us on track too, because we model that behavior for them as well. So we want to make sure that we're really practicing what we preach. I always say, change the saying of do as I say, not as I do, to do as I do, because any parent knows kids are watching us all of the time, even when we don't want them to. So
Right. And I see I'm in your link, which I just posted there, and I'll put it in the comment section so you guys will have a hyperlink just to click on and go into the planner. But it's right there, the parenttoolbox.info / the Calm Family Planner. To obtain it, you could go there and use the code HP, that's 10, like 10%, 10 off for the discount. So put that
actually
in.
$10 off too.
$10 off? $10 off.
Yep. Yep. Until the end of the month. Yes. Yes.
That's
Until
awesome.
the end of the month, you can get pre-order your copy of the full planner that will be here at the end of August. And in the meantime, as soon as you order, you will get the mini Calm Family Planner that takes you through 8 weeks of family meetings with some bonus activities in the back. And then this will be coming at the end of
Cool. You got a bonus thing. Yes, I saw. I was looking at your link and I see it has sections to establish core values and rules and family intentions and the weekly meeting templates and space for wins. That's great. And conversation starters, like you mentioned, new family challenges, like the question of the week. That's pretty cool. Shared goals. Yep. I'm all about goals because I have my own SMART goal planner. That's terrific.
Yep.
Meal planning, and even more tracking and the bonus extras. So I know some of you may say, God, this is overwhelming. But you don't have to attack a planner completely fully at first. You
No.
can take certain pieces of it and start with that and then just keep adding. Like, let's say you're ready to do a meal planning thing and you've got that all set and figured out. Don't use that section. Use everything else. I have a planner. It's not right here near me. It's in the back, but it's pretty thick and it's quarterly. And at first I was using a lot of the stuff, and now I've kind of figured out what I really need and what helps me with my business. So that's pretty much, and instead of doing the digital one, it's always better to handwrite. I think there's research that says, from the hand to the head or head to the paper is really much more powerful, and you remember things better. Yeah. So anything else you want to add? Where can they reach you? What's your website? There, Angie?
Yeah, they can go to the parenttoolbox.info and find out a lot of different information. They can contact me there on social media. I'm at the Parent Toolbox. But if they have any questions about the planner, just reach out to me, because the coolest thing to see is that when we have this planner and we write it down and we're being intentional, and there's a lot of white space in there, so families can really make it into their own to really signify what their family stands for. And it kind of starts becoming like the Bible to your family, like your family's little Bible, because I've seen my kids go over to our planner, open it up and be like, oh yeah, that's right. That's what we have going on tonight. Or, oh yeah, we're having this for dinner, and they're super excited about it. So go check it out. Let me know if you have any questions, but I just appreciate you coming on here and allowing me to chat and sharing how 15 minutes a week can really make an impact in a family.
Awesome. And I know you have a podcast. Is it Real Talk for the Real Moms, right?
It's called Mom Essentials, and that is also on my website. Yep. And we talk about the best and messiest parts of motherhood, and you can go and find Helen's episode on there as well.
That's right. And Angie will be on my next season, so be on the lookout for that, guys. All righty, everybody. I hope you guys got some great information here. Again, go to the link for the planner, and again, I'll have it in the comments as soon as I'm done here. So thank you very much, Angie, for joining me. I know you're in a meeting, and I appreciate you taking time to get out of there and come join us for a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys, every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern time, we'll be here, and I'm pretty sure the next episode is all about, I'll be on for the next 2, and it'll be about using test scores to figure out how to guide your academic future for your child and where to go, so we can do that, and I'll tell you a little bit about how that's done. So have a great rest of your week. Bye for now.